or parts, various processors are there, and they combinedly work together for performing any task.
Okay. Okay, fine. Good. See, dear students, let me repeat once again since I need to give the TM marks and all those things. So this will be the only platform. Means I'll put up some questions and you guys are going to answer me. So only this thing will be able to help me out that how to give the TM marks to all of you. So please respond whenever something asked to you so that uh, the teacher assessment can be done. Okay, so this is the major parameter which is going to play in this semester in order to decide your TM marks. Okay, so please uh, give importance to this question answering portion. Okay, fine. Good, Nikhil. So as we have discussed in the first class as well, that the moment we talk about a distributed system, that means we are talking about a set of hardware or software components, and these components may be spatially separated, which are networked together, and they can accomplish a task. They coordinate and communicate using message passing. So the thing which has to be noted over here is that the moment you are talking about a distributed system, that means there are going to be a number of components. Okay, a number of components are going to be there. You can say a set of components are going to be there, and those components can be the hardware components or they can be the software components. Over here, we are just trying to formalize a very general definition of a distributed system. General means which will cover all the sort of systems. Okay. So most of the times we will be seeing a set of hardware components the moment we talk about distributed systems, but it does also cover your software components. And the moment we have got number of components and those components may be hardware, software, and apart from that, those components may be partially separated. That means one component may be placed in an IIT Raipur and the other component may be placed somewhere in other institute. Okay, so this is what we mean by this partially separated. Means those components or components may be separated by a distance. Okay, by any distance, and of course those components has to be connected together. Okay, so that is why we are telling that which are networked together. So all the components has to be connected together. You can say has to be networked together to accomplish a task, and all the components communicate and coordinate using message passing. Okay, you have to note this point. Okay, that how do they communicate and coordinate? They communicate and coordinate using message passing only. Okay, so I hope you would have got what exactly is a distributed system. And now let us talk about the characteristics of a distributed system. What do you mean by characteristics of any system or anything? Pradhuman?
Sir, sir, it means the feature of that system.
Yeah, good, very good. So the moment we talk about the characteristics of any system, that means we are talking about the features or the properties of that system, right? Now, the moment we coin this particular term distributed systems, then there are going to be certain things which will always be associated with it, right? Now, the moment you coin this word distributed systems, in that case, there are three main characteristics of distributed system which are always going to be there. The first one is concurrency. Okay, and the second one is your no global clock, and the third one is failure handling. Okay, so these three characteristics are always going to be there whenever we talk about any distributed system. Okay, means if the distributed system is there, then these three things are always going to be present in that type of system. The first one is your concurrency, the second one is your no global clock, and the third one is your independent failures. Okay, so let us just try to understand what exactly these three characteristics are. Okay, the first one is concurrency. As you can see by the definition, since it is made up of number of components, and of course those components are meant to work together to accomplish a particular task, right? So the beauty of distributed system, or the objective of distributed system, just to apply the concept of parallelism or concurrency, by which what we can do, we can accomplish a task, or we can perform a task faster, right? So this is the main purpose. And apart from that, the other purpose is the notion of resource sharing. If we have got number of components or number of players are there, and we have got very limited resources, then how exactly all those players or all those components or all those systems are going to access that limited portion of the resource? Okay, so that is also a classical problem of a distributed system, and also an objective of distributed system. Okay, so if we have got number of components and are limited resources there, then how exactly all those components or all those objects are going to access that particular resource? Okay, so if this is the type of system, then obviously the moment one resource is there and multiple end systems are there which intend to use that resource, then there will be some sort of competition, right? That which particular object can use that resource at what time. So all those things will be taken care by your concurrency, right? So always concurrency will be there whenever we are talking about the distributed system, where the number of components are there, they are connected, and they can also communicate, and of course there are some common resources, and all those systems or all those components can access, or can have the access of that common resource. So in that case, always a notion of concurrency will be there. Okay, so in short, we can say that in distributed system, multiple components can execute, can perform tasks simultaneously. Okay, and then the second thing is absence of global clock or no global clock. It means that there is no a single notion of time be used for communication and coordination among distributed system. So what exactly it means? Suppose there are two friends, okay, दो दोस्त हैं, और दो दोस्त जो है आपस में एक पॉइंट पे एग्री करते हैं कि चलो ठीक है, हम कल जो है 12 बजे एक पर्टिकुलर स्पॉट पे मिलते हैं, राइट? तो दोनों दोस्तों ने जो है एक एग्रीमेंट किया, ठीक है, एक पॉइंट पे जो है एग्री हुए, ठीक है, कल हम जो 12 बजे एक पॉइंट पे मिलते हैं। वो 12 बजे मिलेंगे, वो 12 बजे जो टाइम है वो कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे, है ना? मोबाइल में जो घड़ी होती है उससे करेंगे, या जो है जो रिस्ट वॉच है उसमें देखेंगे, राइट? या दूसरी जो दीवार घड़ी वगैरह होती है उसमें जनरली जो है वो टाइम वॉच करके फिर उस टाइम पे जो है अपना पहुंचेंगे, है ना? अब सपोज कि जिस पर्टिकुलर घड़ी को वो लोग रेफर कर रहे हैं वो गलत टाइम बता रही है, तो उस केस में क्या होगा? जो उन्होंने टाइम डिसाइड किया था दोनों फ्रेंड्स ने, वो मिसमैच हो जाएगा, है ना? यदि कोई किसी ने वो एक घड़ी देखी जिसमें जो है वो आधा घंटा लेट चल रही हो, तो एक बंदा तो 12 बजे आ जाएगा और दूसरा आएगा 12:30 बजे, तो उस तरह से क्या होगा? उनका कम्युनिकेशन फेल हो जाएगा। अब हम बात कर रहे हैं हमारे कंप्यूटिंग सिस्टम्स की, हमारे कंप्यूटर्स की, और बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट्स कंप्यूटर जैसे जो होंगे, राइट? उसमें क्या होगा? हमारे पास कोई भी एक ऐसा सिंगल मैकेनिज्म नहीं है जो हमको एग्जैक्ट टाइम प्रोवाइड कर सके। यू कैन क्लेम सर जो जितने सिस्टम्स वगैरह हैं उसमें देखते हैं कि ऑलमोस्ट सेम टाइम होता है, वो ऑलमोस्ट सेम टाइम होता है, लेकिन सेम नहीं होता, एग्जैक्टली सिंक्रोनाइज नहीं होता, ठीक है? क्योंकि हम यहाँ पर जो एक्यूरेसी की बात कर रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल 10⁻⁹ और 15 समथिंग दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ एक्यूरेसी की बात कर रहे हैं, है ना? मिली सेकेंड्स की एक्यूरेसी, नैनो सेकेंड, पिको सेकेंड की जो एक्यूरेसी की बात कर रहे हैं, है ना? क्योंकि जो है कुछ भी यदि जो है ऑर्डरिंग गलत हुई messages key, then it may create a devastating effect on the overall system. So the moment you talk about a higher level of synchronization, then these differences are going to play a huge role. Okay, and in order to nullify these things, we do not have even a single system or a single sort of clock mechanism, so that we can say, okay, that now these two clocks are perfectly synchronized. So this is a problem. So the moment you talk about digital system, then this problem or this thing always going to be associated. Okay, it is always going to be present. So the first one, concurrency, and the second is absence of global clock. There is no global clock. Okay, where which can be attached to all the components and at the same time can be obtained from all the components. So there is no such clock. Okay, and the third one is independent failures. अब ठीक है, हमारे पास एक सिस्टम है, उस सिस्टम में जो एक ऐसे कंपोनेंट्स हैं, है ना, आपस में कनेक्टेड भी हैं और आपस में कम्युनिकेट भी कर सकते हैं, right? We have got a system, and of course we have got number of components. There may be hardware, software, and they are connected, and they are also able to coordinate and communicate, right? Now the thing is, the overall system can fail in the variety of ways. In the varieties of ways means, हो सकता है कि कोई component जो crash कर गया, right? May possible that any component have got crashed. Now it is also possible that the link between two components has got failed, right? Or in some components, some software piece or some piece of code has been failed, right? Or some operating system has been crashed of one of the component. So the overall system can fail in the varieties of ways. Okay, and the point which has to be noted over here is that they may be independent of each other. If you got 10 components, then the failure in one component may be independent to the other one. Okay, it may not lead to the failure of the other system. So it is very difficult to detect, and it is very difficult to handle as well, and it is always going to be there. The moment we talk about a system, the moment we talk about the number of components and their networking and all, then of course they can fail in the variety of ways, and that type of failure may be independent in nature, right? So this thing always going to be there. Okay, so that is why these are the characteristics of your distributed system. So I hope you would have got the characteristics of DSY. Have you got, students? Have you got the concept? Have you got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now let us move forward. So we have discussed about concurrency, no global clock, and the independent failures, right? Now the examples of distributed systems can be anything. It can be anything wherever there are number of components, wherever those components are connected together, and if those components are able to communicate, then you can say that this is an example of distributed system. Okay, it may be your LAN, it may be your internet, it may be any network. Okay, even if you got two mobiles and those two mobiles are connected with a Bluetooth technology, then we can say that this is an example of a distributed system. Okay, it may be a software. Okay, in that software there may be number of programs, and if those programs are communicating together, then we can say that this is also an example of a distributed system. Why? Because number of components are there, and those components are connected and those components are able to communicate, right? So that way you can also say that this is also one of the example of distributed system. So this is the world map, okay, and the motto of showing you is that we have got number of components or number of computers, a number of labs which are there across the world, and this is how the interconnections are there. Okay, and this is the place of the internet in January 2003, and this is the map in January 2005. So you can see how densely we are connected to the world, right? This may be the big organizations or some, I don't know, something. Okay, and this is the map of your Facebook. We can say how exactly the world is connected with Facebook to it, right? And now this is a very close one and effective example of your distributed system. So your LAN is also a very classical example of your distributed system. So we can see the number of components are there, and in this case the components are your computer system, right? So we have got number of computer systems, and all those computer systems are connected with each other, right? And this system is again maybe connected to the outer world with the help of your router, right? So this is a typical LAN, local area network, and this can also be considered as an example of distributed system. So an intranet is a portion of the internet, as we all know, and that is separately administered and has a boundary that can be configured to enforce local security policies. So as we know that in case of LAN, what we can do, we can enforce the local security policies like firewalls and other things, right? And this is a separately administered network. Okay, so it is up to the administrator how this particular piece of network is going to be managed. And in this particular one, we can have several number of servers, like or several different servers like file server, email server, web server, and each one of these server has got their own type of job or different type of job, right? For example, web server will be looking after all the web related services. Email server will be looking after all the email related services. Okay, file server will look after all the file related services, and then database server. There are so many type of servers can be there, right? And of course, some resources will all may be there, and those resources will be shared among all the components. Okay, so we have to see that how efficiently we can make the use of any shared resources in the distributed system. Okay, so we will be seeing several techniques and algorithms regarding this one. Okay, now there are several challenges as well in distributed system. The moment we talk about a distributed system, then definitely we will talk about that how exactly we can create a distributed system. And the moment you talk about creating a distributed system, that means you're talking about the designing of a distributed system. Okay, so the moment we think about designing of a distributed system, then there are few things which always going to be there. So you can say there are few challenges which are always going to be there the moment you talk about the designing of a distributed system, and heterogeneity is one of them. Okay, now let us just try to understand what exactly we mean by the heterogeneity. Since we have studied the definition of distributed system, and now we do know that the components, the variety of components will be there. Okay, and those components are going to be connected, and of course they are going to they are able to communicate together. So the thing heterogeneity tells us that the components may be heterogeneous in nature. For example, one component may be your mobile, the other component may be your computer, the other one is your laptop, or the other one may be workstation, something else, right? So a variety of components may be there. Heterogeneous components may be there. Okay, and those components can also be connected together. It is not necessary that all the component has to be of same type. And the moment the components are of different type, then how exactly those components are going to be connected, how those components are going to talk to each other. So that is a challenge. Okay, so the moment we just try to design any digital system, we have to look after how different type of components are going to be connected, how different type of components are going to talk to each other, and how the overall communication and coordination will be taking place. Okay, so that is a challenge, and we have to see about that. Apart from that, not only in the terms of components, but components means not only in the terms of hardware, even we can observe the heterogeneity in the terms of other things as well. And those other things can be, let's say, the software. Okay, for example, let's say we have got 2 or 3 components, and those components are of same hardware. Let's say a mobile. Okay, I got one mobile, Samsung mobile, and the other student has got a mobile, and he has got mobile of Apple. Okay, although the hardware is same, means okay, both are falling in the category of mobile phones, right? But they are carrying a different operating system. I am carrying Android one, and he is carrying iOS, right? So what I'm trying to point out is not only the heterogeneity in the terms of hardware, even we can observe the heterogeneity in the terms of software as well. Okay, so heterogeneity in the terms of software may also be present. So if the heterogeneity is there, then how exactly we are going to manage that also we have to look after. Thereafter, even in this style of networking, we can observe the heterogeneity, isn't it? One lane is arranged, let's say, in the bus topology, okay, and the other one has been connected in the mesh topology or the network topology. So different components may have different network topologies. Okay, or some may follow the little endian, and some may follow big endian. Some maybe, let's say, working on the IPv4, and some network may be working on IPv6. So how exactly all those sort of things are going to be taken care, that also we have to see. Okay, so heterogeneity may be in the terms of hardware, heterogeneity may be in the terms of operating systems, heterogeneity may be in the terms of networks. Okay, and then the heterogeneity may also be there in the terms of the writing styles or the programming styles or the programs. For example, we have got 4 components, and in one component all the programming has been done, all the coding has been done in Java, and the other one has been done in, let's say, C, and the other one has been done in Python. So if different programming paradigms or different programming styles has been used, then how these components are going to communicate together, that also we have to see, right? So that is also a part of the heterogeneity, and this is one of the challenge of designing any distributed system. So I hope you would have got the first challenge, which is your heterogeneity, and this heterogeneity can be in the variety of ways. So have you got the concept, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can any one of you please repeat the points which we have just covered in heterogeneity?
Hello,
Yes, sir. The components may not be homogeneous. They can also be heterogeneous. That means it can be in the terms of hardware, or it can be in the terms of software also, or it can be in the terms of coding also. I mean, one can use Java, one can use C, and one OS can be Android OS and one OS can be iOS, and one device can be a mobile phone and another device can be a computer.
Good, good, very good. Okay. So it's very nice that all you guys are awake. So what I'll do, there are a number of design challenges of distributed system. Okay, and we will discuss each one of them in detail in the next class. Okay, since this is the first class after a long time, so you guys will need some time. Okay, so what I'll do in the next class, I'll cover each one of them in detail. Okay, and what we'll be doing in each and every class will not be stick by the timing, rather we'll be stick by the topics. Okay, we'll have some topics and then we'll just try to cover that particular topic in that class. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll just stop because many of you have not attended this class, so it will be a huge loss to all your other friends. Okay, but from the next class onward, I'm not going to stop. I'll just going through the syllabus. Okay, so I'll stop here. I hope all of you have got the concept. If you got any doubt, then you can ask. Anyone, please. No doubt? Okay. Should I stop the class then?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I'll stop the classes here. Let's see you in the next class. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
भाई लेफ्ट कर दो, सब चलेगा सर।
नहीं कर रहा।